Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. The U.S. judge who presided over TINUBU'S narcotic crimes in the U.S. wept for Nigeria. He said that Nigeria is a fraud, ruled by criminals, places Festus KEYAMO on criminal watch list. According to report, Efulefu Festus KEYAMO, a Fulani slave boy and lapdog, would do anything for money, trying to launder the image of the criminal TINUBU, the APC presidential flag bearer, after the certified true copies of the 1993 TINUBU'S drug indictment by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois was released online, where the document confirmed that the U.S. government had in July 1993 sought forfeiture of proceeds of narcotic, was accused of laundering, and the criminal TINUBU, trying to lie his way to presidency, was asked to forfeit $460,000 to the U.S. government. But the Fulani slave lapdog, KEYAMO, trying to twist the whole story, lied that TINUBU shared a block of flats with notorious cocaine dealers in Chicago, and that TINUBU opened account with, that is, bank accounts with the address, and that was why he was investigated for narcotic trafficking. This was after KEYAMO had earlier lied that the $460,000 forfeiture made by TINUBU, the drug lord, was for tax return. But the certified true copies of the court's judgment stated boldly that the forfeiture was for proceeds of narcotic trafficking. When the district judge, John A. Nordberg, read about how Festus KEYAMO, a so-called lawyer in Nigeria, tried to twist his signed court rulings on TINUBU'S narcotic traffic, he wept for Nigeria. That Nigeria is not a country, but a fraud full of criminals parading themselves as leaders. The U.S. judge said that no wonder things are not working in the zoo called Nigeria. Festus KEYAMO is towing the path of his fellow Efulefu Biafrans. Like hopeless Uzodinjo, KEYAMO has not only disgraced himself, but has made Nigeria a big disgrace to the black race. Because of stomach infrastructure, KEYAMO sold his integrity and birthright for blood money, like his Biafran co-travelers, ﷺ and Biafran governors. Their Fulani slave masters are mocking and laughing at them, laughing at their foolishness and stupidity, because they will be used and dumped like they did to ȮɁΤΑΧ, Amechi, Asari Dokubo, and the rest of them. The Fulani Nigerian government wants to increase the suffering of poor Nigerians who are even finding it very difficult to feed. They can't even have 2 square meals. And the zoo government is planning to increase fuel pump price to 510 naira per liter, after they had looted NNPC dry with their fake and fraudulent fuel subsidy claims. Biafra is the only solution until everyone in the zoo understand this fact, the better for them. You know, the criminal Tinubu was lamenting on news media that he's going to sue. He's going to sue Arise TV. He's going to sue all the papers, the Business Day and co. that reported his narcotic traveling indictments. You know, a lot of Nigerians, including the ones home and abroad, have dared Tinubu that he should sue if he knows that he was not a narcotic trafficker. He's afraid. He is afraid that he has been exposed. They cannot sweep that under the carpet. They can't. The Fulani Nigerian government are only using him. They are stylishly making him to spend all the money he looted in Lagos State. By the time he finished spending the money, then they will extradite him to the United States, where he will be locked up for life. My brothers and my sisters, we can see why the zoo is a fraudulent contraption. If these useless politicians had supported the disintegration of the zoo called Nigeria, all this nonsense wouldn't have been happening. The Fulani Janjaweed are just using Tinubu as a pawn to achieve their Fulanization agenda. You know, the clueless and useless Buhari impostors government has spent about 17 trillion naira on importation of about 132 billion liters of petrol, despite Buhari campaign promises to halt imports in 2015. The deceptive Buhari lied to Nigerians with fake promises of getting Nigerian refineries working, and after about 8 years now, none of them are working. None of them is working. None of them is working, including the empty promise he gave to our Biafran brethren that they were going to clean up Ogoni of oil pollution. But up to this moment, nothing has been done. That is why we keep telling the gullible Nigerians and the Efulefus in Biafra land and Biafran saboteurs that the only solution is Biafra. Biafra is the only solution to our freedom. Anything outside Biafra will help the Fulani Janjaweed to keep their stronghold and oppress the indigenous tribes in Nigeria. My brothers and my sisters, we must support ﷺ Kanu to the end and ensure that the Fulani Nigerian government release him immediately and unconditionally. And at the same time, give us a date for a UN-supervised Biafran referendum. They can go on with their fraudulent selection process called elections. They can go on with that. We are not holding them. But they must release ﷺ Kanu and allow Biafra to organize a referendum for freedom. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. And bye-bye for now.